This is the brief on the confrontation at the ancient Heaven Palace. So, picture this. Our warrior, Chen, steps out of this, poisonous fog, right? And boom, he's immediately targeted by this really powerful prince, Xiao, and his crew. They're after what Chen just got from Dragon Island. And, well, things heat up fast, heading towards a major showdown. First off, Chen, who everyone kind of underestimated, you know, turns out he's got some serious power. He faces this tough warrior, Rukyu, ranked 15th, super strong. And Chen just, well, he beats him pretty easily, using his true dragon and true phoenix powers. Wild stuff. Then, two mysterious friends show up, Lin Jing and Zhao. And Lin Jing drops a bombshell. Yu's brother owes her 100 million drops of Zizun liquid. That's like a huge amount of energy currency, enough to bankrupt the Xia kingdom. Okay, second point, and this is a biggie. The Golden Dragon Disciple status. Suddenly, Chen, Lin Jing, and Zhao all flash these tokens. Now, this isn't just some fancy title. It means you're top tier, like peak talent with serious hidden power. Super rare. Seeing three of them together, absolutely unheard of. It just completely flips the script and stuns Xiao and his guys. And finally, Xiao, he actually has to retreat. Humiliating, right? Even though he's this first prince and a golden dragon disciple himself, he's totally outmatched here. So no big battle yet, but Xiao swears he'll be back for revenge, gonna gather his own allies. Chen, though, he's playing it smart, prioritizing this cleansing thing at Heaven Lake. Puts the fight off for now. So yeah, this whole encounter really shows you how crucial hidden strength and unexpected allies are in the tough world of the Tianluo continent.
This is the brief on the Great Ruler, specifically the journey to the Heavenly Lake. So we're jumping into episode 437. Basically, the main character, Chen, and his friends, they're facing some pretty ancient dangers, trying to reach this legendary place called the Heavenly Lake for a special cleansing ritual. First up, the path itself is super dangerous. Chen's crew, that's Xiao, Lin Jing, and Jiu, they have to get through these blade-like energy traps inside this old ruin, the ancestral Heavenly Palace. But get this, they do find the Heavenly Lake. It's described as this huge, blue, ocean-like thing, just floating in the sky, sealed off in its own dimension. Pretty wild, right? Next, things get tense because of something called the Sun God body. See, Chen runs into this guy, Jialu Lao, who also practices this really rare technique. Just them being near each other sets off their powers. It signals this major rivalry, like only one of them can truly master this Sun God body thing in the end. And finally, talk about a reveal. Zuyan, someone Chen had captured before, just shows up out of nowhere. Then, bam, Xiao drops a bombshell. She's actually the daughter of the super powerful Flame Emperor from the martial ancestor realm. Think legendary, godlike figure. This totally kicks off a massive conflict with Zuyan's clan over something called the Emperor's Flame, which is some seriously potent power. So yeah, this episode really just sets everything up for some huge battles and intense power struggles down the line. This is the brief on the Great Ruler, episode 438. Okay, so episode 438 throws us into the mystical primordial heavenly palace. Think ancient, sacred training grounds. You've got fierce young warriors clashing, all chasing immense power and ultimate spiritual purification from the legendary Heavenly Lake. First up, a big clash. Zhu Yan, top warrior of the Fire God clan, confronts Xiao, daughter of the legendary Flame Emperor. She pretty much dismisses him. Her dad's reputation is huge. So Zhu Yan challenges her to a duel, aiming to become his clan's next leader, the young patriarch. Second, the Heavenly Lake itself opens. Its ancient seal breaks, using special approval tokens, like sacred keys. This lake, packed with pure Ling energy for powering up. But, warning, direct contact is lethal. One guy gets totally wiped out. Warriors like Chen need their tokens to make protective boats to navigate it. Better tokens get you deeper. Finally, the really tough quest, achieving complete purification. You gotta hunt Heavenly Lake spirits, glowing energy sources deep in the lake. But watch out, Mu Chen finds they hit back with insane power, like a ninth stage ultimate earthly sovereign. And you need 100 of these spirits. It's so tough, they call it stepping up to heaven. So yeah, getting ultimate power here means tackling dangerous rivals and surviving a super perilous journey through these ancient grounds.
This is the brief on the Great Ruler, Mu Chen's Lake Spirit strategy. So in the fantasy world, the Great Ruler, right, our hero, Mu Chen, faces this huge task, grabbing lake spirits from the dangerous heavenly lake. He needs 30 for a basic spiritual cleanse, or, get this, 100 for total mastery. It's a big deal for his power-up. Okay, first, Mu Chen really struggles. These lake spirits, super tough. They hit like a top-tier cultivator, a 9th-level Jizun expert. He tries fighting them head-on, but after a whole hour, only gets one. He realizes this method would take way too long, like half a month. Second, this is where Mu Chen gets really clever. He sees the spirits love dense spiritual energy. So, he builds an awesome trap. A spirit convergence array acts as bait, pulling them in. Then, he surrounds that with powerful arrays so they absolutely can't escape. Smart, right? Finally, his new plan works like a charm. He grabs 13 lake spirits in just 1 hour. Huge improvement. Other cultivators are watching, kinda jealous, but also intimidated by his powerful arrays. It ends with a tense moment where another guy, Xiao, demands half. Mu Chen flatly refuses. Mu Chen's clever array strategy just turned an impossible task into a rapid success story. This is the brief on the Great Ruler, Mu Chen's daring challenge. Okay, so we're jumping into a massive face-off in the Great Ruler. You know, the Tianloa continent, full of powerful fighters. Well, our guy Mu Chen is up against this really big deal, Crown Prince Xiao. And believe me, this fight could shake things up big time. So, what really stood out? First off, Mu Chen's strategy, it's seriously bold. He's facing Xiao, we're talking a top-ranked expert and crown prince. But Mu Chen doesn't just fight him. No, he cleverly steps out of his protective Qianling array, right? That's like his safe zone, a strong defensive formation. This basically forces Xiao's hand, making him fight Mu Chen directly, maybe even look bad in front of everyone. Super smart. Second, the techniques flying around are just wild. Xiao throws out some heavy hitters like the Heavenly Sun's palm, and even activates his Sky King's body. That's a super elite combat form, ranked way up there. Then comes the relentless Immortal King's seal. But Mu Chen, he counters using his spiritual power. That's the energy source for martial arts here, right? He brings out the spiritual essence of a true dragon and a true phoenix, plus this mysterious but crazy strong sovereign body. Think of it as his unique power-up form, and hits back with his dragon phoenix dominating all creation palm. Intense stuff. And finally, Mu Chen's hidden power really turns heads and brings someone important running. His unknown sovereign body holds its own, and Xiao even thinks it feels kind of familiar, like Jialou's. Then Mu Chen uses this unique move, the 8 Suns Heavenly Wheel. And get this, it actually reflects Xiao's own Immortal King seal right back at him. Wild, right? This whole display grabs Jialou's attention, another major player, who senses that technique and starts heading their way. You just know things are about to get even bigger. So yeah, Mu Chen's smart moves and surprising strength really show how even the biggest powers can be challenged.